Hi everyone, this is Dr. GVR Seshagiri Rao, Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. So today, I will discuss about corrosion, definition and terminology related to the corrosion topic. So already we have studied in engineering typology the corrosion properties and types of corrosions and how to prevent this corrosion we have studied. Now, in this session, some important terms and definitions, how to write. So, in examination, they related to this corrosion. When they ask short answer questions, how to attempt, we will learn in this session. So, first of all, the topic is definition terminology of corrosion. So, define corrosion. So, sometimes they will ask simple question that define corrosion. So, you have to write in 2-3 lines only. So, any process of deterioration and consequent loss of solid metallic materials through an unwanted chemical or electrochemical attack by its environment, starting at its surface, is called corrosion. So, it is a deterioration and consequent loss. Some material loss will be happen. So some amount of material removed from the solid surface. So that is known as the defined, the unwanted chemical or electrochemical attack by its environment. So this phenomenon is called as corrosion. So which type of metal oxide film cause rapid and continuous corrosion? So another type question. This is the volatile oxide layer volatilizes as soon as it is formed, thereby leaving the underlying metal surface exposed for further attack. So this causes rapid and continuous corrosion. So these are the causes to rapid and continuous corrosion. So which types of metal oxide film prevents corrosion? So the metal oxide film with fine grained, tightly adhering, impervious oxide film and highly unstable oxide film. So next one is, what is meant by rusting of iron? So what is this rusting and what is the corrosion? The atmospheric corrosion of iron leading to the formation of a layer of reddish scale and a powder of oxide on the surface. Whenever the formation of a layer on a surface, on metal surface with reddish scale, so that is known as rusting. What is dry corrosion? The corrosion caused by direct chemical action of atmospheric gases such as oxygen, halogen with the metal surface. So these are the corrosion caused by the direct chemical action with the solid surface. So that is known as dry corrosion. Next, what is wet corrosion? A corrosion occurs when a conducting liquid is in contact with metal. So whenever the liquid is in contact with the metal surface, the corrosion occurs. This type of corrosion is called wet corrosion. What is liquid metal corrosion? This corrosion occurs due to chemical action of following liquid metal at high temperatures on solid metal or air. So what is porous metal oxide layer? It contains pores and cracks, and atmospheric oxygen has access to the underlying surface of the metal through the pores or cracks of the layer. Thereby corrosion continues until the entire metal is converted to its oxide. This phenomenon is known as the porous metal oxide layer. So next definition, what is volatile metal oxide layer? One is porous metal oxide layer, another one is volatile. So the oxide layer formed is volatile in nature and evaporates as soon as it is formed, thereby leaving the underlying metal surface exposed for further attack. So there is a chances for further attack of the corrosion. So this is volatile metal oxide layer. What is stable layer? A stable layer is fine grained in structure and can get adhered tightly to the parent metal surface. Such a layer will be impervious in nature. So what is unstable layer? The oxide layer formed decomposes back into metal and oxide. What are the types of theories of corrosion? There are two theories of corrosion, chemical corrosion and electrochemical corrosion. One is chemical corrosion, another one is electrochemical corrosion. So already we have studied in a theory part the difference between these two. Write the effects of corrosion. Wastage of metal in the form of its compounds. The valuable metallic properties like conductivity, malleability, ductility, etc. are lost due to corrosion. So, like the metallic properties, these are called as mechanical properties of the material. So, the conductivity, malleability, ductility, hardness, creep. So, these all are mechanical properties. So, sometimes these mechanical properties or metallic properties lost due to corrosion. So, this is the effects of corrosion. What is cathodic protection? It is the protection of the parent metal from corrosion by connecting it with a more active metal like magnesium, zinc, etc. Why is coating of zinc on iron is called sacrificial anode? The zinc acts as anode with respect to iron. So zinc is run way away before the iron. Hence, zinc is sacrificed instead of iron. What is impressed current cathodic protection? An impressed current is applied in opposite direction to nullify the corrosion current and convert the corroding metal from anode to cathode. What is surface coating? The coating of one metal to the surface of another metal to protect from corrosion. So what is metallic coating? The coating of one metal to the surface of another metal to protect from corrosion. What is cathodic coating? The cathodic coatings are obtained by coating a more noble metal or less active metal having higher reduction potential or lower oxidation potential than the base metal. Due to this high reduction potential or low oxidation potential, the cathode coatings are obtained. So, what is anodic coating? Anodic coatings are obtained by coating or a more active metal having low reduction potential than the base metal. So, in a previous case, the higher reduction potential rate is required in cathodic coating. But whereas in anodic coating, the lower reduction potential rate is required than the base metal. This process is called anodic coating. So, what is hot dipping? The base metal dipped in a molten bath of the coating metal, which is covered by a molten flux layer. So, what is galvanizing of iron? It is a process of coating iron or steel sheets with a thin coat of zinc to prevent iron from rusting. This process is called as galvanizing of iron, coating iron or steel sheets with a thin coating of zinc. So, what is the tinning of iron? The process of coating tin over the iron or steel articles. For what purpose? to protect them from undergoing corrosion is known as tinning. So what is electroplating? So electroplating is the process of applying a metal coating on the surface of another metal through an deposition process. So applying a metal coating on the solid surface of another metal through an electro deposition process. Some material will be deposited on that surface. Right? The application of electroplating. The technique is used in industries to produce metallic coatings. So wherever required these metallic coatings, there this technique is used. In metals, electroplating increases corrosion resistance, chemical attack does not occur, hardness, wear resistance, etc. Why do metals corrode? Most metals are found in nature as ores. The manufacturing process of converting these ores into metals involves the input of energy. During the corrosion reaction, the energy added in manufacturing is released and the metal is returned to its oxide state. In the marine environment, the corrosion process generally takes place in aqueous solutions and is therefore electrochemical in nature. So, what are corrosion consequences? First, on economic, corrosion results in the loss of 8 to 126 billion annually in the US alone. In US, the loss is 8 to 126 billion. This impact is primarily the result of one is downtime, second is the product loss, and third one is efficiency loss, and fourth one contamination. The fifth one is over design safety and loss of life. Corrosion can lead to catastrophic system failures which endanger human life and health. So these are the corrosion consequences. So the collapse was attributed to stress corrosion cracking. So that is known as SCC. SCC. So stress corrosion cracking. Another example, the fuselage of an airliner in Hawaii ripped open due to the combined action of stress and atmospheric corrosion. In an airliner in Hawaii, so happened this type of collapse. So what are the corrosion control methods? The corrosion occurs due to the formation of electrochemical cells. In order for the corrosion reaction to occur, 5 things are necessary. In any of these factors are eliminated, galvanic corrosion will not occur. So this is the key to corrosion control. What are the corrosion control methods in this? The methods clearly explained here. The cathode has a more positive potential with respect to the anode and is termed more noble with respect to the anode. Electrolyte, the electrically conductive medium in which the anode and cathode reside. Next, electrical connection, electrolyte, electrical connection, and potential difference. And these are the control methods. So the anode and cathode must be electrically connected in the case of electrical connection. In the case of potential difference, a voltage difference must exist between the anode and the cathode. So what is the role of corrosion thermodynamics? The corrosion reactions inevitably involve electron transfer. For this reason, the reactions may be considered electrochemical in nature. Thermodynamics can provide a basis for the understanding of the energy changes associated with the corrosion reaction. What is the corrosion thermodynamics? It's already seen in a previous slide. Can in general the predicts when corrosion is possible? Thermodynamics cannot predict corrosion rates. The rate at which the reaction proceeds is governed by kinetics. The Gibbs free energy given by the following equation provides us a tool with which to predict if a corrosion reaction is thermodynamically possible. If it is positive, the reaction will not proceed. If it is negative, the reaction is possible. So how does corrosion occurs? So already we studied in land in first slide. So the corrosion may be defined as a destructive phenomenon. You can define simply, it is a destructive phenomenon, chemical or electrochemical, which can attack any metal or alloy through reaction by the surrounding environment and in extreme cases may cause structural failure. The corrosion occurs because of the natural tendency for most metals to return to their natural state. Example, iron in the presence of most air will revert to its natural state, iron oxide. Next, what is the importance of corrosion studies? The importance of corrosion studies already have studied. The first one is economic, including a reduction of material losses resulting from the wasting away or sudden failure of piping, tanks, metal components of missions, ships, hulls, marine structures, etc. So, the second is conservation applied primarily to metal resources, the water supply of which is limited and the wastage of which includes corresponding to losses of energy and water resource accompanying the production and fabrication of metal structures. So, what are the environmental factors for corrosion? The environmental factors, the oxygen is essential for corrosion to occur in water and ambient temperatures. So, other factors are one is acidity or alkalinity and stability of the corrosion products, biological organisms, and variation in composition of the corrosion medium and temperature. These are the environmental factors for corrosion. So the corrosion problem at KS is complex, and the salts and acids on metal surface greatly increases the electrical conductivity of any moisture present and accelerates corrosion. List out the classification of corrosion. So already we have studied, one is dry chemical corrosion or wet or electrochemical corrosion. Direct oxidation and electrochemical corrosion. What is pitting corrosion? The pitting corrosion is a complex but important problem that is the root of many corrosion failures. It has been studied in detail for many years and crucial phenomena remain unclear. In pitting corrosion, the surface of the metal is attacked in small localized areas. So the very little amount removed from the surface, but its effect is marked in this pitting corrosion. Intergranular corrosion. The corrosion occurs at the grain boundaries due to the difference in potential between the anodic grain boundaries and the cathodic grains. So this is called as intergranular corrosion. So the in the grain boundaries during improper heat treatment, So the reason is to occur this intergranular corrosion is improper heat treatment. So what is carrier-based corrosion? The carrier-based corrosion occurs when there is a difference in ion or oxygen concentration between the metal and its surroundings. The oxygen derivation in an electrolyte at the bottom of a sharp V section will set up an anodic site in the metal and then the corrode rapidly. So occurs at the sharp sections like V section. The curve-wise corrosion, this phenomenon is called. So these are the references I have taken for this definition terminology of corrosion. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.